So I'm here at Multitek again with Jason, and they've got a new toy here that you guys are going to be interested in. This is a bagger.
Yep, automated firewood bagging machine.
Brand new, not on the market yet, and you guys are just getting ready to sell these. So this is top secret stuff you guys are seeing right here. No one else has seen this yet. There's been talk about it, and this is something that's going to change everything for guys that are doing bundling, bagging,
Absolutely.
selling it. Now, you were telling me the bagging part of this is pretty common. That's the way they sell bags of wood on the East Coast.
East Coast is real common for bags, yes, in the Midwest.
And it's not an onion type bag. It's a plastic bag with holes in it, right?
So it can breathe, yes.
And it can be closed several different ways, and we'll talk about that. But first of all, let's talk about the machine. This is something, a company came to you and said, hey, we've got something we built, but it's not quite right.
Correct.
And you guys came and said, hey, let's get it right.
Yeah, because that's one of the major things we hear from our customers is labor and be able to produce the bags and the bundles that they need in the time frame. And so if we can take less labor out of it and produce more.
Right. Well, and the thing with something like this isn't something that you're just going to build out of plywood and 2x4s in your backyard. This is pretty substantial, and there's a lot of moving parts here. Yep. So why don't you show me what you got here?
All right.
Obviously, there's a great big huge hopper right here.
Yep. So if you want to
climb up in there, and so you got a big hopper. How big is this?
It can either be dumped in there.
Is this about 8 by 8 or
yeah? It can either be dumped in there to hold more over a cord, face cord, for the kiln baskets.
Use a great big scoop.
But guys can come up there with their kiln baskets and rotate them in there, or open their gate, the front door, and let it dump in there. It can also be conveyored into there if they want to do it that way. But the idea is just to dump it in there out of your kiln baskets and move along.
Right. You're talking this is that poly material that if you get wet and you step on it, you're going to die. Very slippery stuff, and I see, what is that, about 3/8? It's pretty thick.
Yep.
Pretty thick. Pretty heavy duty, and they're removable panels, it looks like.
Yes.
So if something does get broke, you can replace them.
Yep. You don't have to replace the whole sheet.
So this is where the wood goes in here, obviously from the bucket, and then go in this direction. Then you've got a conveyor.
So you can see the wood's going to come out here, feed up this first conveyor up the incline.
See if I can get this camera to go up and in here so you can see where I just was. So we were up in there, and then your wood's going to come out of here, and then it goes up the conveyor. Now, why does it have the offset paddles there, one on each side? What's the reason for that?
It's to help sort to help, and then so you're not grabbing all that wood at once, because you don't need it to be completely full.
Right. So it goes up this conveyor. And then there's another hopper or picker up here.
It's a wood aligner. So that there is actually where the wood will drop into, and it'll straighten it out and turn the wood 90 degrees from the direction it was just coming. Any shaved trash, loose debris will fall out. You can
so this is open.
This is open. You can put a basket underneath here, so it falls down in here.
That. Very cool.
The wood's going to come out of there, come around this slide.
And they come down in a row right here then, right?
Single file there.
Single file, and this is a sensor obviously right here, right? And does that sense what?
If it's a jam, if it jams there, it'll shut everything down, and it'll tell you on the screen where your jam is.
So obviously these sections here are replaceable too.
Yes.
This is just that same kind of poly, just a little thinner. So it's a slippery chute, and then it goes on the other side. And it's going to go up individually here.
So then this belt is cleated, so then to help grab one log at a time, piece of firewood.
Right, and then here you got to clean out right here so debris can fall in there too. And so does this pick up one at a time? That's the whole whole idea?
Yeah.
And obviously you had to play around with size of the trough and everything?
Yeah,
for the feed?
and the speeds of the motors.
I suppose
it's 220 volts, so it's 220. So you don't need any special three-phase or anything to operate.
Really? So just one great big cord. Look at this. This is kind of scary here. I don't imagine you had some guy who didn't graduate from high school figure this out.
Wire that up.
Holy smokes! Yeah, that's quite the control panel there.
So once that firewood gets up to this angled conveyor, it's going to hit this flat conveyor, and then continue straight. And then we have another conveyor coming parallel.
I can go up in there.
You can see, and that belt is running at a different speed. So the wood's going to come down and drop here first. And once this fills up, it's going to drop down to the second tray.
So and then there's a tray here too.
Yes.
That's where it goes directly in. Oh, so this is your.
So while you're doing this bag here, it's filling this next one already for you.
So is it like one piece at a time, or is it 3, 4 pieces?
One piece should be coming at a time through there.
So it's just always one at a time.
And until it stacks up, and you can adjust the screen to put how many pieces you want in each bag.
Got it. And then these are the bags. Open that up so people can see what those look like, because those are different than probably
got a handle on it.
And it's got perforations. So it's just a poly bag. And these you buy from where?
I don't remember the name of the supplier offhand, but they're readily available anywhere, and you can get them printed with your name on it, USDA number on it.
Oh, nice.
You can get whatever you want printed on there, just like the onion sacks.
So you don't have to put any kind of a label on it or have anything.
You can buy them pre-printed already on
Pre-printed, nice.
Yes.
And then you said there's different ways to seal these, right?
Yep. Some of you can use a heat sealer to run through, or they got the handheld sewing thing machine that you just and it zips right across it real fast.
Could you just zip tie the handle too, or is that not enough to hold it? Probably not.
Didn't look at that, but it certainly could. Yeah.
Yeah. So volume-wise, what are the bags going to hold? Everybody's going to ask that.
3/4 cubic foot.
3/4, okay. And the variance on that can be how much, depending on your sizes? Can it be plus or minus 10%?
Yeah, and we can also set this to go off a weight too.
Oh, okay.
Instead of, so it'll tell you the weight, and then.
So if you're running a similar species of wood and you're consistent on your splits from your processor, which you should be, you're going to know.
Yes.
It's probably going to be 5, 6, 7 pieces. You're going to know that's what you want.
Yep.
Depending on what you're selling or how big you can make them. So you said 0.75. Is that as big as you can make them? Like
no, you can adjust it. You can do 1 cubic foot.
So you could go once. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I wondered. If you can go in.
Yes.
So you could go anywhere from probably a half to 1.
Yes, you can adjust it to whatever you want it to be.
Right. So then you're working right here. So the only manual part is changing your bags out?
Correct. That and the foot pedal opens the door.
Got it.
Too.
Oh, so you just push down and it feeds it.
Yep.
So, and then this obviously is, that's just so
that's just to help.
So that's adjustable too.
Yep. So when the weight's on the wood, firewood weight is on there in the bag.
Running it.
There's air cylinders here on the side. That's what the compressor runs.
Oh, okay.
It's for they open and close those doors.
So just one big 220 cord runs the whole thing.
Correct.
Wow. Yeah, that makes it better than people, because a lot of people don't have 3-phase.
Yep.
So when this is shipped, obviously this is going to come in sections. Have you guys figured out what sections and how it goes apart, comes back?
The frame is bolted together, yes.
So this is a section here, and then you got these two middle parts here, and then that part.
This part, and then the hopper, yes.
The hopper, yeah. So what the whole
Or
thing,
it can be shipped as a whole also. But there's fork pockets that will go down there, and those plates that's down there.
Oh, okay.
So you can pick the whole thing up.
Oh, okay. And then can you bolt it down too?
Correct.
So is this something that's meant to be operated inside?
Yes, ideally you're going to want it inside.
Because you got electronics there, you
Yes.
probably don't want it sitting, or you want it at least a shelter.
You want a roof over it, yes.
Right. Or have you had people begging for this or asking about it for a
yes, we have people been waiting for this for a long time.
I know, I've had people ask me about it. Who's coming out with a bag or who's coming out with a system so that we can do bundling, automatic, where you can just feed it and run the whole thing. I've had people ask me, and I knew you guys were doing something, but I didn't know how far along it was. I know this is not something that's easy.
No,
this is complex. Probably more complex than almost any processor.
Yeah, there's a lot of timing with the belts and speeds and control and.
Are we gonna start it up?
Sure. If you want, I'll hit the button. If you want to watch the wood follow the wood come around from the other side.
Yeah, I'll start up here and see what happens from here. There, she's starting to move. Moving parts everywhere. Oh yeah, here they come. So then do you drop this before that drops, or how does that work? Oh yeah. There you go. Oh, so you want your full amount in here before you drop it. Got it. So now you need another bag. It's just starting to kind of work its way through the system.
Yeah,
all the stuff coming out.
Probably should have preloaded it.
I hear stuff coming.
So my box is full now, that's why it stopped.
Okay.
They're both full the way I'm set it right now, so that's why it stopped automatically. So it wouldn't overfill it.
Oh, and then the next one just dropped. So
now it'll automatically start back up.
So basically, usually as fast as this could fill, you could have 2 people here just moving product.
One ceiling and one bag, and so they're back and forth.
Taking turns, because once it comes, it's going to come fast, yeah. There you go. Oh, there you go.
That one fit good. You get one more good one?
So I can go through the screens. So you can open or close, turn on anything manually. It tells you how full your bin is, tells you what everything's reading. You can count and reset there. These are time delays, and we can set it for either the number of logs or the size, the amount that go in.
Mm-hmm.
We can also change your speeds of any of your conveyors based off your situation. If we wanted to do single stack mode, we can make that top door stay open and it can do a tall stack.
Oh, okay. So obviously it's going to depend on the wood and how fast you can work.
That's right.
Because you got to get rid of
it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I can see for sure you'd want at least 2 people when you're flying, because you got to get rid of one while the next one's being put in, and yeah. But you could go really fast once this thing gets going.
Yeah, it should hopefully be a game changer for you guys.